call this regular meeting to order. Call roll.
Mayor Querom.
Here.
Councilmember Swanson.
Here.
Mabry.
Here.
Gomez.
Here.
Newman.
Here. Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Starting off tonight, any public comment? Just need your, make sure that's on, just your name.
Slide that switch toward
Warren.
I got a handout here for you all first.
I'm not sure that the council and the mayor is aware of the new marijuana laws that was passed, the recreational marijuana laws. Hidden in that text is the clean air exemption. And what that means is that the state, in its infinite wisdom, is going to allow the consumption of marijuana, the smoking of marijuana in restaurants and bars and those type of facilities. I know Illinois has been a clean air, smoke-free environment for several years now. We tried very hard to make sure that happened. I know the city spends probably tens of thousands of dollars every year on the DARE program, along with the schools, to keep drugs out of our children's hand. And here the state is going to allow people to come in and consume marijuana in these public sites. There is a provision in the state law that the municipalities can prohibit that. I'm not sure that Princeton would qualify because we're not our home rule community. I urge the council to check into that and perhaps have John Isaacson check further to see whether or not the city can prohibit that consumption. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Any other further public comment? Okay, I'll go to Commissioner Newman for approval of minutes.
I move that we approve the minutes from the council meeting on Monday, July 1st, 2019.
Second.
Motion's been second. Any corrections, comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson.
Aye.
Mabry.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye. I'll go to approval of invoices with City Clerk Nelson.
In the Department of Accounts and Finances, this period we have invoices totaling $394,539.55. In the Department of Streets and Public Improvements, we have invoices totaling $258,550.07. In the Department of Public Safety, we have invoices totaling $117,209.72. And in the Department of Public Property and Utilities, we have invoices totaling $657,531.66. Mayor, all council members present have confirmed their reviews of all invoices and now are submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve the invoices as presented.
Second.
Motion's been second. Any comments or corrections? Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson.
Aye.
Newman. I'm sorry. Mabry.
Aye.
Sorry about that. Gomez.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye. I'll go to regular business and City Clerk Nelson.
We have the second reading of Ordinance O-19-012. This is an ordinance authorizing and providing for the issue of not to exceed $1.4 million general obligation bonds, alternate revenue source, Series 2019A of the City of Princeton, and providing for the levy and collection of a direct annual tax sufficient for the payment of the principal of and interest on said bonds for the purpose of financing the cost of certain capital projects within the city and paying for costs related thereto. Again, this is the second and final reading. Mayor, all council members have reviewed this ordinance and it is submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve ordinance O-19-012.
Second.
Motion's been second. Any comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson.
Aye.
Mabry.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is Ordinance O-19-013. This is an ordinance authorizing and providing for the issue of not to exceed $2.8 million taxable general obligation refunding bonds, alternate revenue source, Series 2019B of the City of Princeton and providing for the levy and collection of a direct annual tax sufficient for the payment of the principal of and interest on said bonds for the purpose of refinancing an outstanding obligation of the city and paying for costs related thereto. Again, this is the second and final reading. Mayor, all council members have reviewed this ordinance and it is submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve ordinance O-19-013.
Second.
Motion's been second. Comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson.
Aye.
Mabry.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Quero.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is ordinance O-19-014. This is an ordinance authorizing and providing for the issue of not to exceed $400,000 general obligation bonds, alternate revenue source, Series 2019C of the City of Princeton, and providing for the levy and collection of a direct annual tax sufficient for the repayment of the principal of and interest on said bonds for the purpose of financing the cost of improving the sewerage system of said city and paying for costs related thereto. This is the second and final reading. Mayor, all council members have reviewed this ordinance and it is submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve ordinance O-19-014.
Second.
Motion's been second. Comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson.
Aye.
Mabry.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Quero.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is ordinance O-19-015. This is an ordinance amending the parking code. This is the first reading. Mayor, all council members have reviewed this ordinance and it is submitted for disposition.
I move that we advance ordinance O-19-015 to the second reading.
Second.
Motion's been second. This is what we talked about 2 weeks ago, removing the 4 diagonal parking spaces on the east side of South Main Street from Kramer's down to the intersection of Peru, and then eliminating the 4 diagonal parking spaces in front of the Chamber building and replacing them with 2 parallel spaces on the east side of South Main, again in front of the Chamber. So, comments?
We're still looking at this as a trial base, like you had said, like 3-6 months, something like that.
Yeah, I think 3 months is plenty of time. And that trial period, I mean, it may stand. Maybe we tweak it, make an adjustment or two, or go back to the way it is today. Any further comment? Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson.
Aye.
Mabry.
Nay.
Gomez.
Nay.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Quero.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is ordinance O-19-016. This is an ordinance authorizing the sale of surplus property in the fire department. This is the first reading. Mayor, all council members have reviewed this ordinance and it is submitted for disposition.
I move that we advance ordinance O-19-016 to the second reading.
Second.
Motion's been second. Comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson.
Aye.
Mabry.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Quero.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is Resolution R-19-027. This is a resolution consisting of an intergovernmental agreement authorizing us to provide school resource officer services to the elementary and high school districts. Mayor, all council members have reviewed this resolution and it is submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve resolution R-19-027.
Second.
Motion's been second. Comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson.
Aye.
Mabry.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Quero.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is Resolution R-19-028. This is a resolution authorizing an employment contract with the city manager. Mayor, all council members have reviewed this resolution and it is submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve resolution R-19-028.
Second.
Motion's been second. This is pertains to our city manager, Rachel Skaggs, for contract runs concurrently with the mayoral term. Rachel has been with us for 4 years. She's done just an outstanding job. I can't say enough about what she has meant to this city and the things that we've been able to implement since she has been here. This authorizing this employment contract is going forward is long overdue. So, any comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson.
Aye.
Mabry.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. Okay, we'll go to city manager report.
So we typically have the monthly financials at this meeting, but I don't have those today just because we got a little backed up with the audit. So those will be on the next, for the next agenda. We do have the police pension report, which is in here if you have any questions on that, and the fire pension one will be on the next agenda as well. That's all I have.
Okay, the only thing I have on our mayor.
Sorry, the building report is on there if Pete wants to give that update real quick.
Well, I'll just mention real quick here, for the month of June, we had one new single-family home permit issued for a value of $50,000, and we've got a couple new structures and remodels that are taking place in the commercial side with a value of about $916,000, bringing the total for the year to date, January to June 30th. A total of 33 permits issued with a value of $1,669,000 and change. Compared to a year ago where we had 52 permits at this time, valued at $3.2 million, and 2 years ago 46 permits issued with a value of $1.3 million. That's all I got.
Okay, thanks, Pete. Just one thing I have, I mentioned this a couple months ago maybe on an ordinance that we were voting on, and there was some no votes, and I think it's up to the two commissioners that voted no against the parking code if they want to share why they voted no for their constituents, or you don't have to, but leave it up to you guys.
After you want to start, or we do?
One of the reasons I voted no is because obviously I've been through there, and I believe that when this was made, there was a lot of the businesses that weren't allowed to make a decision. I know it was said that this is the city of Princeton and we make the decisions. However, knowing that they are a business here and they provide tax money and services here for the city of Princeton, I believe that their opinion is valuable to be able to go ahead and keep on running their business. Two, one of the things is that I was thinking of, since everybody knows the rules of the road and sometimes a double yellow line cannot be crossed. There is a sign over there by the post office in the alley that says do not turn left. Why is because there's a lot of traffic that usually comes from the opposite side. In this case, I would say, why can't it put a sign that says no turning in south, which is left, and only allow right turns, which will prevent people from coming in to try to turn into that area, as far as alleviate some of the maybe some of the traffic or accidents that may happen.
If I could, Mayor, I appreciate the opportunity to ask some input. So I had a chance to talk to the building owners, of course, and two of the building owners, I believe that the mayor had talked to, said that they were definitely opposed to it, and one of them had no problem with it. I wish the building owners were here tonight. I wish they were here at that podium, giving their names and what buildings they own. Neither one of them wanted to be here tonight, and they both told me that they felt that the decision had already been made. Now, that's their opinion. I just wish they would have been here. I think that it's going to be a negative impact on the building owners for their businesses that they rent to the different tenants. And I just think that 20 years ago, we probably would have went and knocked on the business owners' doors first before we would have brought this to the council for discussion. And it's a different Main Street, and I think that it doesn't mean it's wrong, but I just think that we want to respect those building owners. Again, as I said, they're in the trenches every day trying to get business to come to their door. And I'm very open to trying new things. So in 3 months' time, if this isn't panning out, maybe we'll get it tweaked a little bit. Maybe we'll go back to a couple of parking spaces in front of those buildings instead of the 4. So we'll see how it plays out. And I certainly appreciate the safety of pedestrians. And one of the things we do when we park in back of the Prouty building, then we have to walk up to Main Street, and we walk in these, and I hate to call them alleys, but they're little alleyways that are only, say, 75 or 100 feet long, but we really don't have any pedestrian sidewalks for the pedestrian to go from behind the chamber up to the front, and it's kind of narrow there between Kramer's and the Prouty building. It's kind of a little choke point there. So, with that all said, we'll try it for 3 months, see what happens, and we'll move on. So, thank you, Mayor, for letting us express our thoughts on that.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, your comments. And I just want to add just a couple things. You know, one of the reasons why we're doing this is, you know, we've got more traffic in Princeton than we've had in many years, large in part because of the commercials we've been airing in the Quad Cities. You know, the people that have been coming over to Princeton from the western part of the state, you know, has really increased. And my source on that are the boutique owners who I've talked to many times about, you know, who's been coming in and shopping in their stores. And nobody likes to lose parking. I don't like to lose parking. I know what parking spaces are valuable. But what we're able to do behind the Prouty building in making those stalls diagonal, we're going to be able to add significantly more parking that will more than make up for the 5 net lost parking spaces that we're losing out front. And this is about safety. It is a safety issue. You know, we did talk to the business owners or the building owners. I actually talked to 2 of the one business owner, building owner, and also a business owner up there. And the business owner didn't have anything to say about what we were doing. We were talking about some other issues. We brought it up. I brought it up, but he didn't have anything negative to say about it. 3 of those businesses up there haven't had parking stalls in front of them for years. And if you look at the north end where we have parallel parking, where there is not near as many parking spaces, you know, from the Milk Mustache all the way down the corner, they haven't had parking in front of their stores in, I don't know how long. And it didn't keep Zering's from opening the Flower House or the Milk Mustache from opening. They didn't have parking, and they opened, and you know, they're flourishing. Beats Me's been there for 25 years. People will find their parking. It's not like somebody's going to go up to get a tattoo at the tattoo parlor, and they say, oh, there's not a parking space here, I guess I'll go home. They'll find their parking, and they'll get there. You know, for me, logic dictates that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And in this case, maybe 2 or 3 people. And it just seems to me that it is something that, seen as a trial basis, we don't know if it's going to work unless we do give it a trial. So I'm glad we got the 3-2 vote. And again, this is a first reading, so we'll come back and for the second reading in 3 weeks. So thank you.
Mayor, if I could add one comment. One of the things that was expressed to me, and I thought it was pretty practical, the width of the diagonal lines we currently have now for the parallel parking, I should say, or diagonal parking, is it's about 16 feet wide. If you were to take a tape measure up there, so our spaces are fairly wide, and if you go look at more current striping, it's down to about 12 feet. So there might be some ways we can choke that up a little bit as you go to repaint these lines to maybe grab a few more spaces in that respect too. So it's all about rethinking it and going and measuring and getting on the ground and seeing how it all lays out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that lays out behind the Prouty building. You know, if we do go down to 12 foot, if that's the more common width, you know, we'll be able to add even more parking. So, yeah, thanks. Really appreciate that. Any old business? Any new business? Public comment? Okay, we entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting and reconvene at our next.
I move that we adjourn our regular meeting this evening and then reconvene for our next meeting on Monday, August 5th, 2019, 7 o'clock at City Hall.
Second.
Motion's been second. Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson.
Aye.
Avery.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. This meeting is adjourned, and thank you all for coming.